I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to see how to find the diameter or the radius if you're given the circumference. So if you notice today, I still have the same two formulas that we were using for circumference. So circumference equals 2 times pi times r, or the radius, or circumference equals pi times diameter. I'm going to show you an example for each of these so you can see what happens if you are given the circumference. How do you find that missing piece? So we'll use these two formulas. And the first sample problem we're going to do, I'm going to actually show you both of these problems at once. Here's the first one, though. We're going to look here at this picture, and there's a radius that's an unknown. So it's labeled with an R, but beside the circle, I'm being told that the circumference is 31 4/10 inches. So because I'm looking for a radius, I'm going to go ahead and pick to use the formula that involves radius. So we're going to use circumference equals 2 times pi times r as our formula. So we'll write that formula down first. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the information that I know. So what I have here is I have the formula. And then I know that C, or the circumference, is 31 4/10. I also know that we have 2 in the formula, and I know that the value we use for pi is 3.14. What I don't know is the r. That's my missing part. So what I'm going to do is use the inevitable t-chart, but before I go to do that, I want to simplify the right-hand side of this equation because I can actually do 2 times 3.14 if I pull my calculator out. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that into my calculator here. 2 times 3.14 equals, and I get 6 28/100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this equation with that in it. So I have 31 4/10 equals, I just got 6 28/100 times r. So I'm going to go ahead and say that still times r. Oops, didn't mean to move that on me. There we go. Everything is moving on me. There we go. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to solve this equation. I want to get rid of multiplying by 6 28/100. So I asked myself, well, what's the opposite of multiplying by 6 28/100? What's the inverse operation? And that's going to be dividing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a division bar here. And I'm going to divide on both sides so it stays balanced by 6 28/100. So divide over here by 6 28/100, and that's not 28/100. We'll try that. Over here, I'm going to divide by 6 28/100. On the right-hand side, we know that when you divide those, you get 1r, or just r. On the left-hand side, 31.4, I'll go back to my calculator, 31.4 divide by 6 28/100, I would get r equals 5. The answer to my question, r, or the radius, is 5 inches. Now, for the second problem over here, I'm looking for a diameter. So I'm going to use the diameter formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter. This one is given a circumference of 43 96/100 inches. So I'm going to pick that formula, and I'm just going to simply substitute in the numbers that I know. We know what circumference is. We know what pi is. And here's what it's going to look like. 43 96/100 is our circumference. Pi is 3.14. Multiply it by the diameter, which we don't know. Here's where our t-chart comes in. We'll go ahead and plunk it on there. And we ask ourselves, what's the inverse or opposite of multiplying by 3.14? And we would say divide by 3.14. So we're going to go ahead and divide on both sides by pi. I'll go ahead and type that in here. 3.14, divide over here by that. And over here, we're going to divide by 3.14. On the right-hand side, 3.14 divided by 3.14 is 1d, or just d. I'm going to go to my calculator and type in 43 96/100, divide by pi, and I should get an answer that the diameter is 14 inches. Hopefully these will help you so that you can solve the questions that I'm going to have you complete in Khan Academy today.